Hi guys, Lance Hefner here with Roofing Done Right. A concern that homeowners have from time to time is I feel like I'm taking advantage of the insurance company by calling in this claim, and I don't want them to drop me as a result of calling in the claim. Well, here's the best way that I can address that type of situation. So in addressing the first one, you feel like you're taking advantage of the insurance company. You're paying insurance for what reason? In the event that you have damage. Well, if you never have damage, you never have to use your insurance. Now, a lot of people think that you have to have a major catastrophe like your house burnt down or something like that in order to justify using your homeowner's insurance. Well, here's a little unknown fact by most people. Of all the claims that are ever called in, 95% of them are wind and hail. So what does that tell you? That actually, if you look at your insurance policy, there is a separate provision in your insurance policy specifically talking about wind and hail because it is the most commonly called in type of claim. Now, in the addressing the issue when it comes to getting dropped, insurance companies don't just drop you to drop you. You know, I've run across so many claims, it's hard to count at this point in time. But at the end of the day, insurance companies drop people for unforeseen reasons. Now, the best thing that I can possibly think of why they drop people, it's never been stated this way. I'm sure if they actually came out and said this, you know, they'd be in a heap of trouble. But the best logic that I can place to it is, you know, I've seen people who have had insurance for 30 years, never once called in a claim, but had one major event happen, say a tornado, like for example, I know an individual, a tornado came through, picked his garage up, threw it across the field. He had never had a claim in 30 years. He called in a claim on that situation and his insurance company dropped him. Well, unbeknownst to him, the insurance companies were also dropping everybody else in the region who also called in the claims as well. The reason for that is because they deemed that region high risk. Now, I can't prove that to be fact, but that's the best thing that I can put to it. I've also seen people who have called in, 10 claims over the course of, them living in several different properties, and they've never been dropped by insurance companies. So the best thing that I can possibly think in these types of situations is that insurance companies probably deem certain areas to be higher risk than others. And insurance companies, as you know, they're in business to make money. So if they can mitigate their risk the best they can by eliminating customers in certain areas that are more susceptible to damage, then they're going to do that. That's just the cost of doing business. Now, in dealing with having to pick up another insurance company, insurance companies are a dime a dozen. Most people think that, because my agent, who I currently work with, does not represent all of these hundreds of insurance companies out there, but he only represents 5 or 6. Those are the only 5 or 6 that I can go with. And if none of those pick you up, then you're out of luck. Well, that couldn't be any further from the truth because there's just about as many insurance companies out there as there are car companies out there. And so many of them are just vying at the opportunity to pick you up to earn your business, regardless of whether you've called in the claim or not. So don't be too concerned about any of those situations because they're all situations in which you can't personally control. But if you are in a situation where you have the damage, it is to your advantage to actually utilize your insurance in those situations. So again, I hope that answers your question. If you have any further concerns pertaining to this subject, don't hesitate to give us a call. Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.